Okay, so let's just dive right in. I want you to think about something. What if you could use AI to do a full week's worth of SEO work in, say, 20 minutes? Today, we are breaking down the exact AI-powered workflow that gets your content ranking on the first page of Google, sometimes even in that #1 spot. I know, it sounds a little too good to be true, right? But this isn't about finding some magic shortcut. It's about using a smarter, faster system. We're talking about a method that completely replaces guesswork with a data-driven strategy, and it's all powered by AI. This is how you unlock some serious speed and efficiency. And really, that's the core promise of what we're talking about here. This is not just theory. This is a repeatable, step-by-step system, and it's designed to do one thing and one thing only: get you to the top of the search results for the topics that actually matter to you. So here's the roadmap for how we're going to get it done. First up, we'll talk about the 20-minute advantage and a huge mistake you need to avoid. Then we'll go find your keyword goldmine. After that, we are going to reverse engineer the winners. And finally, we'll pull it all together into your simple two-step foundation. All right, let's start with that advantage. You know, it all comes down to avoiding one critical, foundational mistake that just completely torpedoes most people's SEO efforts before they even get off the ground. And here's the thing, success or failure in SEO is almost always decided right here, in this initial research and analysis phase. See, most people are just so eager to start writing that they skip all the intelligence gathering. They build this amazing piece of content on a totally faulty foundation, and then they're left wondering why nobody can find it. We're gonna fix that today. So let's get into the first pillar of this whole strategy, finding your keyword goldmine. This is where we use AI to stop guessing and start making really strategic decisions about what we're gonna target. Now, what I love about this is how it shows the huge shift in strategy. The old way, over on the left, was to chase these massive, broad terms like SEO tips. The problem? You're going up against giants you just can't beat. But the new way, on the right, is all about targeting specific long-tail keywords. Yeah, they have lower volume, but the user intent is through the roof, which gives you a realistic fighting chance to actually rank. And the process itself is surprisingly simple. First, we use AI to just brainstorm a big old list of potential long-tail keywords. Second, we take that list to a real SEO tool to validate it with actual data. And third, we do a quick gut check by literally searching on Google to see what the competition looks like. And this is how easy step 1 is. You can use a prompt almost exactly like this one. The key phrases here are long tail, which tells the AI to be specific, and for beginner or mid-authority blog, which tells it to weed out those super competitive keywords we just talked about. Okay, so once you have your list, it is time for data validation. What you're looking for is the sweet spot. That means a monthly search volume somewhere between 500 and 5,000. Enough to be worth your time, but not so much that it's totally saturated. And crucially, a keyword difficulty score under 40. That's your green light. And finally, the gut check. Go search your chosen keyword. If the first page of Google shows you stuff like this, Reddit threads, answers on Quora, or really thin articles from websites you've never even heard of, that's it. That's your signal. That is a content gap just waiting for you to come in with a high-quality article and completely own it. Okay, you have your golden keyword, but don't start writing just yet. Now we move on to the second pillar of our foundation, reverse engineering the winners. This is how we use AI to figure out what's already working so we can build something even better. This whole process takes maybe 10 minutes, but the insights you get are priceless. You search your keyword, you open up the top 5 results, and then you feed each of those articles one by one into your AI tool. Your goal is to let the AI do all the heavy lifting of analysis, spotting patterns, strengths, and, most importantly, weaknesses. Here's the exact prompt for that analysis. Notice you're not just asking for a summary. You're specifically asking the AI to tell you what the article is missing or where it could have done a better job. This is how you find the little cracks in your competitor's armor, and you do this for all 5 top articles. After you've analyzed all 5, you ask this final, really powerful question. This is the synthesis step. The AI is going to look across all its individual analyses and basically hand you a strategic recommendation for your unique angle. That answer? Well, that becomes the entire competitive edge for your content. And one more really crucial thing to notice here, format. Are the top results listicles? Are they step-by-step guides, in-depth tutorials? Google is literally showing you the type of content it wants to see for this search. Your job is to match that format and then just blow the competition out of the water with better quality and depth. So let's bring this all together now. These two pillars, the keyword research and the competitor analysis, they form the entire foundation. Honestly, getting this part right is what separates content that ranks from content that just gets lost out there in all the digital noise. So to recap the blueprint, it's all about being strategic before you create anything. You find a winnable keyword, and then you analyze the current winners to build something that is just demonstrably better. It really is that simple, and following this two-step foundation puts you ahead of probably 80% of other creators out there. You now have the complete foundation, the blueprint for the first, most critical part of this entire process. So the only question left is, what are you going to apply this to? What topic are you going to rank for first?
All right, let's talk about AI content and how to actually get it to rank on Google. We're going to break down a powerful blueprint that's designed to do just that. Let's dive in.
So let me guess, you're using AI, you're cranking out articles, you hit publish, and then nothing. Crickets. Google just doesn't seem to care. If that sounds painfully familiar, you're in the right place.
And you know what the real problem is? Most people just start writing. They throw a generic prompt at an AI and just hope for the best. But that, writing without a plan, is the #1 reason why so much AI content completely falls flat.
So let's dig into that a little more. Look, this isn't about whether AI is good or bad. It's a tool. The real issue is how we're all using it.
Because when you write without a plan, you get these generic, kind of hollow, soulless articles. And guess what? Google's helpful content system is literally designed to sniff that stuff out. If a real person lands on your page, thinks, nope, this is useless, and immediately hits the back button, well, you've lost. Okay, so how do we fix this? It all starts right here, in phase 1. We have to build a solid blueprint before we even think about writing a single word. This is the most crucial step that almost everyone skips. We call this blueprint a content brief. Think of it as the architectural plan for your article. You wouldn't just start building a house without one, right? It lays out the entire structure so writer's block basically disappears. You know exactly what to cover.
And here's where it gets really practical. Instead of a lazy one-line prompt, you use a detailed one, just like this, to generate an article skeleton. This is how you guide the AI to build the right foundation from the very beginning.
And we're talking about a comprehensive skeleton here. It should give you multiple title options, a meta description, a full outline with headings, common questions people are actually searching for, and even suggestions for internal links. The whole shebang.
Now this is so important to remember. The AI-generated brief, it's your starting point, not the finished product. The AI gives you the structure, the plan, but it's you, your expertise, your unique insights that has to bring the substance and the personality to make it great.
Which leads us perfectly into phase 2. You've got your blueprint, now it's time to write. But again, the method you use here makes all the difference.
And this illustrates the mindset shift perfectly. The wrong way is to treat AI like a ghostwriter, just telling it to do everything for you. That leads straight to generic content. The right way is to treat it like a co-pilot. It's there to assist you to expand on your ideas, while your unique voice stays front and center. You're still flying.
Ready to go live. But wait, hold on. We have one final, absolutely non-negotiable step, the pre-publish checklist. This simple 5-point check makes sure all your hard work actually pays off. First, get AI to generate 5 different titles focused on getting clicks. Second, clean up your URL. Keep it short and clean. Third, use fast WebP images and write descriptive alt text. Fourth, ask your AI to find other relevant pages on your site to link to. And finally, number 5, generate that FAQ schema code. It helps you get into those people also ask boxes on Google. And there you have it. You've built the blueprint, you've written with a co-pilot, and you've perfected all the on-page details. You now have a piece of content that is truly ready to compete.
So let's recap the whole thing real quick. Phase 1, build a blueprint. Don't skip it. Phase 2, write with AI as your co-pilot, not your ghostwriter.
And phase 3, nail that final on-page SEO checklist. That's the entire workflow. At this point, your article is in the best possible shape to succeed. It's structured well, it's got your expertise, and it's technically optimized. But hitting that publish button, that's not the end of the story. It's really just the beginning. Which leads us to the final critical question. You've created this perfect piece of content that follows all the rules. But in a sea of endless information, how do you actually make Google notice it's even there?
All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about the secret step, the one thing that separates content that actually gets seen from content that just gets buried forever. This is your blueprint for hitting that #1 spot on Google, and we're going to supercharge it with AI. Okay, so let's be real. You pour your heart and soul into creating the perfect article. You hit publish, feeling great, and then crickets, right? Weeks go by, and you're just stuck on page 2 or 3, which, let's face it, is basically the internet's witness protection program. It's incredibly frustrating, and if you've been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, there's actually a name for this. It's called the ranking plateau. It's that point where you've tweaked all the keywords, polished all the paragraphs, and still nothing. The needle just will not move. And that's because creating great content, that's only half the battle. And this right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the problem. See, Google isn't just looking at your article in a vacuum and saying, yep, that's well written. No, it's asking a much bigger question. Who else says this is good? It's looking for proof, for those outside signals. We're talking links, traffic, real people engaging with it that scream, this has authority. So how in the world do you build that authority? Well, the answer is a focused post-publish promotion strategy. This is the one step that almost everybody skips. And the best part is, with the AI tools we have now, this whole process is faster, smarter, and way more effective than it has ever been. So we're going to break this all down into 3 simple, actionable plays that you can start using today. We've got AI-powered link outreach, smart community distribution, and something I call the content repurposing loop. Let's jump into the first one. First up, let's talk about building backlinks. I mean, let's be super clear here. Backlinks are still one of the absolute heavy hitters when it comes to Google's ranking signals. A single high-quality link from a respected site in your space can literally rocket your article from page to obscurity right into the top 3 overnight. It's that powerful. And this just lays it out perfectly. The old way versus the new way. Manual outreach is a total grind, isn't it? It's painfully slow, it feels kind of awkward, and you end up sending these generic pitches that, let's be honest, almost always get ignored. But with AI, you can whip up personalized, genuinely good email drafts at scale in a fraction of the time. And here it is, the exact prompt you can just copy and paste. The magic words you really got to pay attention to are genuine, conversational, and, this is the big one, reference one specific thing from their site. Seriously, that little bit of personalization is the difference between getting a response and getting sent straight to the trash folder. It is everything. This is so important. It's a total mindset shift. You are not begging for a link. You're not asking for a favor. You're a collaborator. You are reaching out to another creator and offering something genuinely valuable to their audience. It's a value exchange, a win-win, not a sales pitch. Okay, let's move on to play number 2, getting your article in front of actual human beings. This is where you earn those vital engagement signals that tell Google, hey, people are actually finding this content valuable. But, and this is a big but, there's a golden rule for sharing in places like Reddit, Quora, or Facebook groups. Don't be a spammer. Nobody likes a spammer. You have to find the right conversations, provide a genuinely helpful answer first, and then you can mention that you have a full guide if they want to learn more. Whatever you do, never just drop a link and run. And the cool part is, finding these places is ridiculously easy now. Just use this simple AI prompt. You literally pop in your target keyword and boom, it'll spit out a list of the most active online communities where your audience is already hanging out, asking them very questions your article answers. And now for our final play, which I gotta admit is my personal favorite, the content repurposing loop. The whole idea here is that your brilliant article shouldn't just be a one and done thing living in one place. You need to turn it into an engine that generates a constant stream of traffic and authority signals from all over the internet. We call this the compounding signal loop. Think of it like this. Your main article is the sun, and every little piece of repurposed content, every tweet, every LinkedIn post is like a planet.
reflecting all that light and energy right back to the center. It creates this amazing self-reinforcing cycle of visibility. And here's exactly how you do it. You feed your full article into an AI and just use these simple prompts. Turn it into a punchy Twitter thread, a bold LinkedIn post that starts a conversation, a quick newsletter blurb, even a short video script. See, each piece becomes a brand new doorway leading people right back to your original article. And the logic here is just beautifully simple. Every piece of repurposed content drives more traffic. That traffic creates more engagement signals, and those signals tell Google to pay attention and boost your rankings. It's an incredibly powerful feedback loop. So let's just zoom out for a second and put these 3 promotion plays into the context of the complete AI-powered SEO blueprint. Because promotion isn't an afterthought. It's the final critical piece that makes the entire system work. And here it is, the whole shebang. It all starts with smart, AI-driven keyword research to find that golden opportunity. Next, you reverse engineer the competition to see what's already working. From there, you build a solid content brief. Then you write the actual content, always human first, with AI as your assistant. You run a final on-page SEO checklist, and finally, the step that ties it all together and gets you to number 1, you promote, promote, promote. You know, the reason this system works so well is because it isn't about gaming the algorithm. It's about systematically delivering exactly what Google wants to reward: genuine helpfulness, proven authority, and deep user satisfaction. AI just helps you do all of that faster and more effectively. So, the only question left is the one right here. Don't just watch this, go implement it. Pick that keyword you've been wanting to rank for and put this promotion blueprint into action today. So what's the first keyword you're going to take to number 1?
Subscribe for more AI tutorials and comment what you want to learn next.